Hello. I just had to go away for a second. Welcome to Probability of Demise. We'll be back after a short message from our imaginary sponsors. Okay, it's the audio clip.
All right. Audition. There's actually one really well. To go audition it.
We temporarily
I was on it, but she was also on it.
So hello, gentle beings of the dice. I am Burke, and you're listening to Probability of Demise. Yay, Demise. Soon. We're a group of storytellers, and we are playing in a world of our own making called Atland. Atland exists on a version of Earth thousands of years into the future. It's an octopolar planet whose residents barely remember the natural and man-made disasters that once left their world nearly uninhabitable.
Aww.
This is a world far different from the one you know. Today, a world of new magics and ancient spells, young gods, and primordial deities. Thank you for coming with us as we explore it together. And now, in keeping with my new tradition, which, it's a tradition after twice, right?
Sure.
Would you all please introduce your character and share what class they would play in a TTRPG?
This is not the second time you've done this. This is definitely the first time you've done this.
No. I've done like some random kufrufla each time in the last 2 sessions. I said an ode, a soliloquy, and now I'm saying what class would you play? So I'm messing with your introductions each time.
So wait, we're supposed to say who we are and our character?
Yourself
yes.
And your character. So I would say if I was Larissa, I would say, I'm Larissa. I'm the most gorgeous squirrel you've ever seen named Trixie. And Trixie would play a banana. I don't know. I say banana. That's my default word right now. But I'm trying to not give clues away.
Is it a secret?
It is a secret. Until you say it, it is your secret. And now you're going to say it because you're nice.
Okay.
Do you want to start with that, Larissa?
Mm-hmm. I just realized I don't have my dice. I mean, I have them with me, but I was so busy with setting up my setup. Okay. And snacks. Hi. I'm Larissa. My character's name is Trixie. She's an anthropomorphic red squirrel. And if she were to be any character or any class in D&D, it would be a monk. And now I'm going to step away briefly.
Go get your dice.
Hi, I'm Jason. And my character is Asher, who is a poet bard, but also if he could be any class in D&D, he'd probably be something with a higher AC.
Just like full stop. Does not matter what the class is.
Paladin, fighter, whatever. Something that doesn't flop over and die when it gets punched in the face.
Well, that's not your AC. Your AC is based on your dexterity, which I thought was pretty decent. It's your health points that's kind of had a bad roll life lately.
My health points are okay. My AC is 17, which at level 15 is not great for.
It's great for
in the face.
Arcane person. Yes.
Okay, so I'm Jessica, and I play Tanzanite, and I think that she would play possibly like an artificer. I don't know why.
Well, that's cool. Maybe she's like secretly really into all the sciencey stuff, and
so
who knows? Why are you raising your hand?
Because is this if D&D existed in our character's world? What class they would play?
Yeah.
That is not no. That is not the. That's not how I.
What class would they play in a TTRPG? I think the language
Yes,
barrier here is strong.
I'm not saying you weren't clear. I'm just saying my brain is broken.
Oh my gosh, it's time for you to have some gummy worms.
I'm just a little sleep deprived because I had to get up every couple of hours and take someone outside because they ate a whole bag of treats that they weren't supposed to. So, anywho, okay. So, Jason, did you go yet?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
everything's good.
Oh, okay. So, sorry. So let me think about it. If bunkers and badasses existed
Oh,
in Atland, what would Trixie play? She would probably actually play who rages? Why can't I think right now?
Barbarian.
Barbarian, yeah.
mm.
Because then she could like be big and strong and
I could see
Yeah.
that really
She'll hit
easily.
but like yeah.
Not giving up that fist of fury, but just more of
Yeah.
the fury side.
I always kind of wanted to play a
She does
gnome
have
barbarian.
a temper, but like she doesn't get to show it often. So
That's gonna be my next character, gnome barbarian.
I played a goblin one. That was fun.
Like a little 2.5 foot tall guy with an anger management problem.
But like, but here's the thing: like, they automatically can use great weapons, right?
Mm-hmm. So I think so. So it'd be like this.
You just look into it. Oh my god, that's amazing.
That is fun. All right. So we are going to go on to our announcements. I have an announcement that I'm going to say for last, but Jason, do you want to start us off with announcements?
Sure. I wore my announcement today. We have merch. Check it out at TeePublic. I will post the link in the show notes and the comments when I pull it up because I was not ready because I'm a bad person. But yeah, we have
So you've had the most time
this
away
logo
since that.
on like t-shirts and yeah, mugs.
Cool.
Rick has a mug.
Yes.
Do you have it with you? Hey, mugs. Yeah.
I like the I in the middle of the O. In case anybody didn't realize this about our logo, it was meant to be like that rest in peace, but probability of demise with a mimic. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe everybody recognizes that. I'm the one who sits there and goes, "Ooh, he's so cute."
But yeah, we have merch. It's just something we're trying out. We don't get a ton of money from it, honestly. So if you buy something or don't, whatever. It's just like a way to have like some fun stuff about our podcast if you listen. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
someday
And
we'll
you
get
can
like
show
real
your
merch in a
support.
real store.
I think I'm going to order some stickers with our little logo when I go to Portland's coming
Ooh.
up has a fan con. So I'm going to show up with some stickers. And if you spot me, because all of our 2 listeners really are going to be in Portland that day. But if you spot me, I'm going to pass those around. I think we had some cards that I actually just ran out of cards, but I think I'm going to switch to these stickers.
Wow,
The
you
cards
ran
have
out
like
of
the old
cards. Good
logo
for
and stuff.
you.
So yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I live in the West Coast. It's like a whole gaming community over here.
I
Yeah.
want
You
more
never
cards.
know.
I got more cards. I got a whole box of them under my couch over there.
No, I think I want to go with the little sticker thing because it seems like a fun,
Yeah.
like eye-catchy, hopefully, idea. So sorry, not going to help you offload those cards.
Okay. I'll probably get new cards next year anyway. They're
So
outdated now.
that takes us to Larissa, who has some announcements about some really, like, if you care about diverse communities, and if you grew up if you were a teenager in the 90s, this might actually hit you too hard. So take a deep breath. I feel like there's like a whole trigger warning here.
Yes. So the Stonewall Corral in March 27th, 26th, 27th. Hang on. Pardon me. The dry desert air. March 25th. I lied. So, yes, Saturday, March 25th, the Stonewall Corral of New York City is going to be performing Craig Hella Johnson's passion piece, Considering Matthew Shepard. As Rook mentioned, it's a little content sensitive in that it basically takes the audience through 33 movements through the events leading up to, during, and after his death. For those of you who may not be familiar, Matthew Wayne Shepard was a young gay boy who was basically kidnapped. Well, he was led from a local gay bar by two people, and then he was beaten and left to die on a fence out in Wyoming. And it was kind of like, I think, the first real occurrence of like a sort of hate crime that really reached the country when it came to the LGBTQ community, and kind of brought to light, what was happening, what was still happening even after, the Stonewall and all of that. So it's a very important moment in LGBTQ history, and this piece really kind of is a culmination of how it changed our history as a country and everything like that. So if you're in the area, you should definitely check it out. Again, that's Saturday, March 25th. It'll be 7:30 p.m. at Church of the Holy Apostles. You can buy tickets at stonewallcorral.org /buy-tickets. And if you can't be there, if you want to donate, every donation goes towards paying for our instrumentalists, paying for rehearsal space, paying for our performance space, marketing to help us get the word out to our local audiences, as well as outreach with to foster relationships between the community, and to help bring in other members so that other people also have a safe family to sing with. So no cent is wasted. So yeah, it's a really great group, and it's going to be a really powerful piece. So, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, I'm like 85% positive we'll be recording it, and we'll be premiering it on our YouTube channel sometime after the March concert. So you'll be able to view it online. But if you're local, I definitely recommend coming and seeing it in person.
Along those lines, there's been a lot of things going on in the world of TTRPGs recently. So we just wanted to kind of let you all know that we really do believe in supporting independent creators and fostering a vibrant tabletop gaming community that welcomes diverse perspectives and encourages everyone to share their stories. We strive to create an inclusive environment where all members feel empowered to share their creativity, collaborate with the others, whichever direction I'm pointing to, and build a community that celebrates the art of storytelling. We are committed to providing a judgment-free zone for our community members and to support the creative efforts of independent game designers. As we continue to evolve and grow, we are going to try to remain steadfast in our commitment to supporting fostering a supportive and inclusive environment. We also recognize the importance of maintaining integrity and avoiding dangerous behaviors such as piracy, which can undermine the efforts of those independent creators and harm the community as a whole. We will strive to strike a balance between those two priorities and create a community that values both creativity and integrity. And with that, it is time for Jess to give us the word of the day. We are back.
All right.
Last week's
So,
word was absent.
Yeah, we let Andy do word of the day last week.
Today's word is dendrochronology, the science of dating events and various variations in the environment. So there you go.
Whoa, I'm choked up for multiple reasons. Oh, wow. Jess, you're killing it. Dendrochronology.
I think that deserves 2 DM inspirations if you managed to fit that in.
Yeah, if you pull that off, if you pull off dendrochronology somehow in a actual like this makes sense kind of way, full on double DM inspiration. Actually, forget it. Forget double DM. You get to roll a D100 and add it to whatever you rolled. That's not even. It has to be authentic, but like that's not even inspiration. This is like legitimate. If you add the word dendrochronology to a actual legitimate statement in our play today, that's magic. True magic. Okay. So with that carrot out there, it is time for us to roll for the commercial. Now, based on past previous experience, this means that Larissa is going to be involved in some way. And if you're new to us, Jason creates a beautiful, brilliant commercial in like literally 15 minutes or less. And it's all fun. The high roll gets to choose whether they're going to read or come up with a topic. The low roll gets the other end of the stick.
Full disclosure, I am solo with a dog today, so there's a possibility if she has to go out that I won't be able to write one during the break.
I'll write it for you. It'll be the worst commercial ever.
It can't be any worse than 1877 cars for kids.
Please don't put that in my head.
I'm leaving.
I rolled a 2.
I rolled a 3.
11.
11.
15.
Hey.
So Jason, do you want to choose the topic or do you want to read it?
Oh man. I feel the same way Larissa does about choosing the topic. Like my brain just goes blank. Which is why I panic and make someone else do it usually. Larissa, you're on mute. I don't know if you're talking to us. Okay.
You should do some sort of a cone because I see your dog's wearing a cone in the background.
Oh,
Yes, she is.
it's
That's
like
my
the
new
clone for
satellite system.
familiars.
She's fighting it. She's trying very hard.
She got spayed on Friday, so she's got the cone of shame for the next 12 days.
Hey,
Yep.
spay and neuter your pets so that there aren't any unexpected surprises.
She's making a bunch of noise. I hope you can't hear that.
Nope, can't hear it at all.
Okay. I'll just read it. I can't do it. My brain won't.
You're gonna read it. Okay. I rolled a 2, so that means I get to come up with a topic. Is it allowed that I do like a no, that's not fair. I think
I need to come up with like a list of topics so I don't come
Yeah,
in this
so
cold, so I have it ready.
you're
like,
ready to go.
Literally, like when somebody asks me a question like that, my brain just goes blank.
Bloop,
That's
bloop.
why you see me going like looking around, looking for something to say.
I love lamp.
What about a compendium that
On dendrochronology?
a compendium on shape shifting and transmutation that keeps changing itself.
That shapeshifts itself.
Well,
Sorry, no caffeine.
oh boy. I
Try to
just
get them on the break.
I was just thinking like what would a bookseller have in a fantasy world that would be really interesting? And I thought like, what if there was a book on shapeshifting that had like a transmutation spell on it, so that it was never a book, it was always something else. So that's my choice for right now. It might be terrible.
I like it.
I'll just keep in mind you might have to write it.
Yeah, I might be writing this if that's true. Okay, cool. So no problem at all there. So now we're going to roll for the recap. And this is my favorite part because I'm going to roll really, really high and Larissa's going to roll really, really high, and Jess is going to roll really, really high because we have traditions to maintain. Oh, Jess did not roll really, really high. Her face says, "Oh."
I rolled a 5.
Thank God.
Every goddamn week.
I also rolled a 5.
Rollies.
Rollies.
Phew. We're safe, Jess.
I rolled an 8.
11.
Is this just my section now? Do we even bother rolling anymore? Like, how many do I lose in a row before we just?
Yeah, no.
I mean, we could flip it and make it high.
That's it. I'm leaving.
No.
Oh.
Where'd you go?
Rage quit.
Rage, yeah. Way to rage quit.
All right. So we fought a lich, and then we
You broke
beat
the
a
chair.
lich, and then we met another lich who was in a fake mansion, illusion mansion, and gave us illusion clothes, and we talked about that. And I roll with different dice every week. And I still roll that low. Thank you. Yeah. So we essentially met this.
You're
gosh,
the Will Wheaton of recaps.
I'm trying to remember his name. Odie. We met this lich named Odie, and he was like the self-appointed guardian of like portals that came into Atlan, like with beings from other planes or whatever, and he would like decide who would come in and who could not, and he would kill the ones that he didn't want or send them back or whatever. And the portals were coming from like a particle accelerator that was like from like an old world facility. And then so we basically made a deal with him that he would join the Alliance, and then we would get the machines that were running the particle accelerator to let him out because they were like at war and they were keeping him down in his little hole. But all the robots are dead anyway, so we don't really have to do much to uphold the bargain. But we were leaving, and I think that's where we left off, right? Because we were leaving his spot.
We called someone. Who did we call? To ask like if they knew about this person and their opinion.
Oh, it was the Gisserai. Yeah.
Yes.
And they said that he was basically
And he said it was,
trustworthy. Yeah. Like.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
There we go.
That good times in the land of.
So I guess we are currently going back up to find the people who I think Odie said might be gone now. They might have fled, like they were attacked or something while we were downstairs.
And I fast forwarded at the end, but if you would like, we can rewind that if you wanted to go up through any of the spaces. But you had said at the end that you were fine just going straight up to the top and to the outside. But if you wanted to revisit any of the spaces that you had gone down through, we can rewind that back to the.
Maybe Tanzanite wants to grab Todd's photo off his desk. I don't know.
I already did. I did that when we were already there.
So yeah, so if you're ready to be up at the top, you get up to the top and you're I'm gonna word previously at the surface level there was a small refugee outpost. I mean, fairly large by some standards, but built of repurposed ship parts and ancient glass-like stones that had been scavenged, and they kind of stood against a moist, swampy landscape. The outpost was located far from the coast and had been constructed as a shelter for those fleeing from a crisis of the dragons. Ship parts made of sturdy wood, salt-seasoned timbers, and canvas formed walls and roofs of these crude little structures. And those ancient glass stones were likely scavenged from the building that you actually are just going to step out of, which are in fact some long abandoned ruins that have incorporated into their design these little hexagonal shapes and a dark material, strangely elegant in look. surrounded by deep waters and soggy land hammocks of the swamp is this little outpost, or at least that's what it was. And kind of despite those harsh conditions, the refugees had really made a home there. And, there were clothes hanging from lines and people going about their daily militaristic lives. And really, the outpost was a testament to humanoids' resilience in adversity. Now, as you emerge and the sharp scent of sulfur and fire invade your nostrils, you see that fire has burned everything in its path, and there's nothing left but a wasteland of molten glass, slagged rock, and a slowly resaturating landmass. The buildings and fortifications that once stood on top of the ruin are nothing more than smoldering components. Their walls and roofs have collapsed in on themselves where they're not still standing as fiery testaments to their once proud, defiant condition. They're bits of twisted glass and shattered wood. The air is just thick with that smoke and the smell of burning. And it's a scene of utter ruin and hopelessness. A bit of a reminder of the power of this draconic threat that you've been facing and the fragility of your endeavors. I would love for anybody who wants to roll a perception check.
$12. Good thing I'm a good modifier because that was a 2.
21, I think. Let me just, sorry. I, of course, shut my phone like a dummy. Yes, 21.
23 for me.
Awesome. I'll start with Asher. Asher, you look out and you just see the ruins. You see the location where the mess was at one point. As you kind of peek through, you can see that the sphere that you're within has also in itself been slagged and is falling apart and melting. It's still molten. The structural components slowly giving way, and you have a feeling that in not too long a time, it will just be a mess left behind.
No more hot tub healing machine.
No more hot tub healing machine. Probably a good thought. It probably means that this rune is going to be exposed to the world after this. Larissa, Trixie sees out that there's something still moving amidst the ruins. And you aren't certain if this is molten material sluggishly fusing with the swamp waters that are starting to invade back into the space, but it makes you think that this event was fairly recent. And you rolled a 23, right? That was your total. What was Trixie's total? 21. Okay.
21.
And then Tanzanite, you rolled a 26 or something.
23.
23. Okay, I got all mixed up in my head.
23.
I'm trying to okay. Tanzanite, you can also make out this movement, but it's peculiar to you and it makes you nervous. It might be some molten material, but it could be something else. And looking at it, it makes you just a little bit more nervous than other things. Steam rises up where swamp water courses into this depression that has been caused by whatever this is. And you're honestly, if you had traveled anywhere but the stairwell, absolutely certain that you would have been in a space where this molten material is, and it might have been actually fairly dangerous to you. You're fairly certain that based on the amount of material that has been turned to this superheated substance, that's at least the top 2 floors destroyed in some way. And you're kind of almost on an island with other patchy marks of different spaces that used to exist. But you're kind of almost on an island of between swamp and molten material, or at least superheated material, cracked glass, that sort of thing. It's a little bit nerve-wracking. What are you all up to?
I turn to Tanzanite. I say, can you like figure out if there's like anybody? Do you have like a sense? Like a Can you tell if there's anybody alive?
I can tell if there are undead around.
Undead? Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
if you
I
did that,
could
you'd probably
try.
pick up. If you did that, I mean, you'd probably just pick up.
Yeah, but I mean, I've never tried to find live people. Don't think I can, but I could try.
You saw that, right? And I point to where the stuff was moving.
Oh, yeah, I definitely think
Meanwhile,
we
I'm
should
just
go
looking
check
off to the
it out.
left, like.
Sorry, what did you say, Jess?
Yeah, I think we should go check it out.
Well, and I look around. I'm like, can we leave right now?
Let me.
Ooh. Can you do something with water?
It's been so long that let me just kind of go through my head to try to remember.
Oh yeah, remember when you were a water cleric or something? That was fun.
Well, I was like, I don't think anybody has an ice spell, but water could work.
It's like legit.
Is it close relative?
I can walk on water.
Okay.
Well, I can. Yeah, so can I. You can't like make any or. Oh, I can't turn into a giant bird.
I'll turn you into a giant bird.
Think I
Could
can
you?
make any water.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I can't make water.
See a urologist.
Can I just ask you really quickly? And here I'm going to change my mood, my room to fit this setting a little bit. But can I just ask you really quick, Jess? Like, what sort of amount of water are you wanting to create?
Maybe just like a small, like up to your ankle amount to just cool everything off.
And you don't have any magical items that would do that for you?
I mean, I have a decanter of fancy water.
And is that decanter limited?
I guess not, but it's fancy water.
Okay.
But it's unlimited.
Protect the fancy water.
I thought of that. I did think of that. And my head went, it's fancy water. It doesn't matter.
I love it. You're totally fine to be.
Fancy water doesn't put out fire.
Let's create a new Jess skill check here. This is
roll for fancy water.
This is like you've got to overcome your prejudice about the fanciness of the water. So I want to figure out what saving throw this is. I feel like this is a
snobby saving throw.
It is. It's a snobby saving throw. So I feel like it's an intelligence saving throw, but It's an intelligence saving throw with disadvantage because she's so stuck in this place.
What I want to
And
know
if
is if
you-
Jess can just use her decanter like a fire hose.
And if if you overcome the snob saving throw that we've now established as a disadvantage intelligence saving throw 3 times, you've broken through a barrier in your snobbishness and are able to speak with the people.
Personal growth.
But you have to do it 3 times. And this is your first chance to possibly fail at an intelligence saving throw. I'll even give you, actually, I want Trixie, not Trixie really, but Asher, Trixie, Larissa, and Jason. You decide what the DC saving throw is going to be for Tanzanite in this moment to overcome her prejudices. And
That's interesting because I feel like, do you start low and then make it harder, or do you start hard and then make it easier?
is it harder the first time, or is it easy the first time to break through your prejudices? Or once you've broken through a prejudice, are you able to start
Harder the
working at it because
first
you've
time, yeah?
recognized? Ooh,
It's harder the
somebody
first
threw
time,
out
right?
14 from our audience. So,
Well, okay. So remind me what your modifier is, Jess. On
oh no,
intelligence saving
you're not
throws.
allowed to know this.
Why? As
You
a
gotta decide
DM,
how hard is it
No.
for her.
as a DM, you know that
I-
information, which helps you set
I'm
the DC.
I am, but
I'm
I
just going
don't
to look
use
in
that.
D&D Beyond.
I don't use that.
That's bull.
I don't. I legitimately
Yes, you
don't.
do. You look at
Otherwise,
that
I wouldn't
stuff.
call for Asher to do charisma saving throws all the time. I'd just be like, "Yeah, you got it. Whatever." It
You have
took
been
me
kind
like
of doing that. I'm just saying.
20 sessions for me to sit there and go, "Oh, go ahead, go whatever."
Okay. Man.
I'm gonna say, I know how you feel. Not really. I grew up poor. I have faith in you. I'm gonna give her bardic inspiration.
So that's a
Does
D10,
bardic
right?
inspiration let you do a
Yes.
saving throw? Damn. Okay.
So you want me to set the DC? I'm gonna put it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna say 18. I'm gonna say high.
Asher.
But you have a
Jason?
D10
Yeah.
in bardic inspiration.
Yeah.
Jason, do you agree with this assessment of how hard it is for her to overcome her prejudices?
Sure.
Be it one with the people as an 18. All right, Jess. Let's see if Tanzanite can get over this hump, or at least make the moves towards that space.
Oh.
So you roll the d20 twice. You take the lower of the 2. You roll the d10 once, and you take and add that on top. If you rolled a nat 1, I'm just gonna giggle.
Not only did I roll a nat 1,
Did you double botch?
I rolled a nat 1 with the 10 that Jason gave me.
So you have a total of
2.
Well, what's your
Two?
what's your intelligence
What's your
saving throw
intelligence saving throw?
modifier?
3.
The same
Well,
for you.
1, so 3.
Oh, sweetie.
Oh wait. Sorry.
Not my
D-
water. You
Shit.
can't
I'm a
use it.
D12 because I leveled. I don't know.
You're a
if that matters.
d12. So re-roll because you rolled the wrong
Okay,
dice.
re-roll
Roll a
the
d12.
12. You roll
Sorry,
a
I just looked at it. I didn't know that it changed when I leveled.
A 6. So 6,
Okay,
7,
so you're 8.
8.
Okay.
Only 10 away. I'm getting there.
You all see the struggle on Tanzanite's face as Trixie asks about the water, and you can see that there's something that occurred for a moment, but it quickly was suppressed. And if you want to roll an insight check against
It's insight check?
Tanzanite's deception check, you can go ahead and do that. But otherwise, we'll just move forward.
I mean, do I really need
no
to
water
roll
here.
it?
I have no water.
Fine, I'm gonna do it.
No
Okay,
water.
Tanzanite, roll a
That's
deception check. With the terribleness of how you rolled that, I'm almost tempted to say Tanzanite has advantage, but she definitely does not. She's just nope, no water. What'd you get, Trixie, for your or insight check?
Dirty 20.
Okay, Tanzanite, what'd you get for your
5.
deception?
Oh,
Oh, you
for a quick second, you had me.
you
Nope.
Trixie, you full on are looking at her like, Jess, what does she read on Tanzanite's expression in that moment?
Just like very much like cartoon. I don't know why I thought of this, but when like in cartoons, someone would like stamp a stamp on someone like a cartoon's face and it would like say something. Just liar.
Like a neon sign blinking.
Yeah.
Oh,
I have no water. There's no water available from me. Don't have
Do
it.
you have it like hanging on your person? Or is it in your bag?
It's like on my hip at all times.
So I'm gonna look at her, and I'm gonna look at her hip. I'm gonna look at her, and I'm gonna look at her hip. I'm gonna look back at her one last time, and I'm gonna go, okay.
Can you describe to me what exactly are we trying to do here with the water again? It's just like
Cool
molted
off.
crap all around
We're
us.
surrounded by
Just-
surrounded by magma.
Eric, you tell me if this works or not.
Okay.
I'm going to say, rain, rain, go away. Come again another day. Okay, come right now. And I'm going to create a huge rain cloud above our heads with performance of creation. I can do huge size stuff now, so huge.
Yeah, I mean, like you're just creating the particles up in the sky that has attached moisture. So I can see this happening. How are you going to cause it to rain though? So for this, if you want to be like as part of the spell to be causing the rain to happening and to actually be precipitating in this space in this moment, I would like you, Asher, to roll a spell. Roll your charisma with your spell attack modifier on top of it. And I'm going to say the DC for this is 18. Let's go with the
24.
18 from before. Okay. So
I guess
blossoming
like
out
my idea
above
would be
you.
that I created it with enough moisture that it's ready to
Yeah.
rain.
Yeah. You're just like, you infuse this. You know, for some reason, you just like can figure out between the heat from below, the vast quantities of moisture in a swamp anyways, you figure out the great ratio to make this a cold and hot front collision in this space. And you just have that moment, scientific brain, all the pieces fit together, and it just starts pouring water. And with a 24, I'll say it's like a flash storm that you get in the summer where it's just like that racing through way too much water. You feel soaked. And as the first few drops, you start to see steam rise up into the air. And then there's more steam, and there's more steam. And this becomes the steam that rises up, feeds back up into the cloud above, and it becomes a cycle, but it is getting stronger and stronger, and it's starting to wash away. I need anybody who wants to be the what sort of tragedy happens person to roll a D12.
I think
I'll tell you
Jason
this,
has to
not-
because he
You
caused it.
don't want to roll a 1 and you don't want to roll a 12. Anything in between might be okay.
Sorry, cocked. 10.
Great. So it's building up, and it's could I have, as you witness this magic miracle from your arcane friend, the twister of words, I would like either of the other two of you to decide what sort of check you would do to understand what is happening to the slagged material around you and or anything else in the vicinity.
Roll for science.
Okay.
So you get to decide if you're going to be like doing science, are you going to be doing a survival, are you going to be doing like what sort of like view do you take on the world in this moment? And I would like either of you, Tanzanite or Larissa, to roll that for your character. I mean, Jess or Larissa. Either way, the names are written backwards.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we had it the other way. Let me fix it. Can I fix it?
It's no worries, but like what sort of check would you like?
Well, first I would like
Because I will
to-
set the DC based on what you choose.
Okay. One thing is I would like to say, as he kind of makes this happen, I'm just going to kind of look up in it and go, huh. Anyone studying dendrochronology in before times would have definitely had a hard time explaining this. Dating events with the environment? Come on! A sudden cloud out of nowhere?
But it's like tree rings is gender chronology, not like clouds.
It just says dating events based on the environment. Like literally, all of this magma all of a sudden.
All right,
just
I'll take a
cooling
vote
super
from our
fast?
audience.
Fine. Oh, our
Y'all
audience
decide.
of 3. Well, I guess no. No, I guess yeah. That's odd number. So
Yeah.
whatever.
Or whatever answer comes up first.
I dare y'all. I'll tell you what. If somebody comes up with a better one, then they can have it. But if nobody does, then I get the thing next time.
Okay.
I think that's fair.
Okay.
Okay.
Step up, you two.
We'll hold yours as the first one. Oh,
Oh, we gotta
Andy's
give
all
this to
for
her.
you. Andy's give it to
Aw, sweet. I set the bar nice and low for you two. Go ahead, have fun.
you. It's almost an impossible one, so I mean.
Okay, so I would have definitely done a survival check.
Okay.
I can guarantee that.
I would have done like either a nature or a history of like if I had ever seen something like this before or been taught
Well,
it. Or
you
something.
decide which way, because if you're choosing history, that'd be like, do you have knowledge of from your studies a similar type of situation or how this interaction
Okay,
happens?
then history then.
If it's a nature check, it's like,
That,
do
I
you
think.
know and understand how natural forces work and what sort of outcome is going to happen here?
History then.
Okay. So you're rolling a history check. Trixie, you rolled a survival check.
17.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. And Tanzanite, what'd you? Well, I'm gonna go while
history
Tanzanite's
check.
rolling. Okay. Trixie, you are very aware that when hot things and cold things come together, there's generally a little bit of explosiveness that happens. And there's a chance right now that even though currently it's just a steam buildup, that there could be an explosive effect. You're also, 17 isn't quite high enough to get the full effect of this. You're also aware enough that you can see just off in the distance that one section of the building that had collapsed and there was some sort of molten movement, that movement has stopped. Tanzanite, what'd you get?
Sorry, just a quick
Only a
clarify.
14.
So
Yes, Trixie.
that molten area has stopped moving, but the other molten areas haven't stopped? Or has it stopped also?
Just anything,
just that
the
part.
things that were in motion, but that section that there seemed to be swamp water rushing into a breach of some sort, the motion of the apparently molten material has stopped. Tanzanite, you got a 14. You like kind of go through that encyclopedia Rolodex in your mind and you go, well, we studied the springs, but we didn't really understand how it worked. Like this wasn't so much science as a religious text. And you know that there were moments where mistakes happened. Somebody put cooled waters in and there was an explosive gyre, but it wasn't anything big. And it actually became part of one of the ceremonies where they would mix some of the water with the ashes of a early put to deceased person and poured it back down. And if the spring erupted, then it was considered a good omen. And if it didn't, it was a moment of sorrow for the community. But that's kind of, it's all tied up in the religious aspects of the belief system that you grew up with. Trixie, Tanzanite, Asher, what are you all doing? I have set a timer, by the way.
I'm looking for a boat.
Well, now there's water everywhere, right?
There's a lot of water kind of almost recycling above you in the area that you're in. A fairly large area, but huge isn't like the whole weather system has changed. It's kind of over y'all.
I'm going to try to like
TMS
move.
size.
in the direction of our ship, like the way that we would leave, or I guess
Southwardly.
or like the direction of the gate if the wall's even still up. But
Southwardly as it applies to our current position,
Yeah.
rather than the actual
But,
North Pole.
I'm gonna move. I don't think the cloud will follow me. Like I can't control it necessarily.
No, you just create these things. So
Hang on a second. So I'm just gonna go and like see if like the water like is slowly cooling as it spreads, or if it's just in this one area. Like I want to know if like if I can slowly move in one direction.
go ahead and roll a survival check really quick.
Okay. I was gonna try to animate the cloud so I could move it with us, but it's too big. I made it too big. That's a 5. You're in jail now. Goodbye.
You see a pathway that looks fairly safe. You can see the steam hissing away, and you feel pretty confident.
Shit. I will confidently go that way with my excellent survival skills.
Yeah, you watch Asher walk into the steaming remains that used to be glass all over the ground. His boots steaming and becoming coated in the black melted substance as he moves forward, seemingly without too much harm at the moment.
Hey, buddy.
He's now several strides into the midst of this molten glass.
I assume like as
You
my
could still hear me though, yeah.
like as my feet start to burn, I will come back. Like
if you want to try that, I would love for you to try to roll a
shit.
dexterity saving throw.
Oh no.
$27.
Hey!
You get out there about 10 to 15 strides, and your boots are getting coated in this black substance, and it makes you nervous enough that you seek to leap back, and it takes several bounds, and each step you take, Trixie and Tanzanite, you witness explosive pockets of molten glass flying in all directions, and you're sure that he's going to get hit by this, but every step he takes is just so perfectly done. It's like watching somebody, maybe like Trixie, in this moment, Trixie, where you're like, that's my gig. But it's like watching Trixie walk across water. And there's just this moment of pristine steps, and every bit of glass slag flies in a direction other than him.
Just
Until he
prancing
gets
around
to
like
you
molten
all.
glass Jesus.
Well, I didn't think you'd make it back that easy. That was a little impressive.
I have my moments.
Yeah, maybe we want to wait until things cool off a little bit more.
I'm gonna look around for dragons.
Specifically for dragons, roll a perception check.
$22.
You get back there. Your boots cooling in the rain and kind of sputtering every once in a while as they sizzle, and like a frying pan with water poured into it after the end of cooking something really delicious, but in this case sulfuric and nasty smelling. And you just have this thought occur to you about looking for dragons. And as you think about looking for dragons, you look down into that section of the building that has collapsed, and you realize that's not molten material. It's been holding still. But
Turns out they
Those-
haven't left.
those look like scales.
Oh shit. I'm gonna point.
He
Yeah,
points to where we
dragon.
were looking before, and I go, "Yeah, I know,
That's a dragon.
I know."
Did you know it was a dragon though?
I did. Well, Larissa did. I mean, I don't know. I inferred.
Trixie would infer. I gave as many clues as I possibly
yeah,
could without
you
laying it
did.
out.
Rick was saying that like everything else was still like everything else that was molten was still moving, but that particular spot had stopped as soon as the cloud came.
Boo. All right.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to figure out how to get over there without doing what you just did. So, okay, so you were saying, Rick, that the weather seems to be like picking up.
It seems to
Or-
have become a cycle. Like
Okay.
Asher has started something that is
Mhm.
not stopping yet. It
Right.
is a still day, and it's almost like the longer you stay here. First timer just went off, so I have to. After I explain, I'll have to come back to something. The longer you stay here, the bigger this little localized system picks up and creates its own weather. And the first thing that happens, perfect timing, is you begin to see the cloud disperse and separate as it creates its own wind. The heat and cooling effect spreading it out and becoming more dissipated. And there's less and less of that specific water cycle in this area. But now there's a larger cloud cover over you all, and it's creating a darkness layer to where you're at.
Remind me, we're all well rested, right?
Yep.
And I think except Jason using his creation spell,
Mm-hmm.
we're all clean.
Mhm. Yeah, I used one luck point, I think, also, but other than that, yeah, get one bardic inspiration.
Well, do we sit here and wait it out, or? I mean, can y'all hear that? No? Okay. I think the central air just kicked in or something, and it's just boom. I just want to make sure you couldn't hear it. I mean, I guess you, and I look at Asher and I say, would the big bird come into assistance here?
Is there room?
Quick glance around. Asher, go ahead and roll a intelligence check. This isn't necessarily seeing what's around you, but it's really about figuring out if you would fit.
12. Wait, no. Yes, 12.
No. Yes. No. Yes.
Yes.
So in my head, I always keep with the D&D space of like a 10 is normal people's perceptions of things. Like everyday person, they can look at a room and they go like, will my desk fit here? And they may be off a little bit. A 12 is like, oh, I got pretty close, but I should probably go get a tape measure. You're kind of feeling that place of like, tight, very tight. Your guesstimate is maybe, but it's a caveated maybe. Like if you did this and even as you have that thought and you see one of the pockets of molten material splutter with the water and actually create a little bit of a explosion off just 40 meters or 40 feet away, you go, if those feathers catch on fire, this would be bad. It's enough to turn into the creature, but maybe not enough to take off as the creature.
What if I turn into a T-Rex?
I mean, your feet are still going to get burned. Is there anything else that you can turn into that can fly? Something maybe a little bit smaller?
I mean, if you guys need to ride on me, I don't know.
Well, I can hopefully run out on top of it.
Run out on top of what?
The water. And it won't be as hot as sticking your whole leg in.
But it's not water. It's not submerged.
The floor is lava.
The floor is lava.
floor is
I've
still
literally given
lava.
you a floor is lava situation with now sputtering, cooling. Oh, my next timer went off. As you're having this conversation and trying to think through things, you see movement again, but this is movement from that pit. This is movement upwards. It's starting, like the molten material that you saw before is separating, and you're starting to see scales come out. I would like you all to roll a stealth check if you try to plan on remaining unseen. This will be a group stealth check, so we'll
Question.
use the
So the-
average.
Oh, I miss Vitality.
6 for my loud ass.
21.
I
So
thought
you
you
get
didn't have
advantage on
disadvantage
stealth?
anymore.
She doesn't get disadvantage. She doesn't get disadvantage.
Okay.
She's no
Damn.
longer clink clank the tanker tonk, but she doesn't get
I
advantage.
still roll bad.
Yeah. Well, I got a 16, so
All right. So that was a 21 for Asher, a 16 for Trixie. And what was yours again, Tanzanite?
Yeah, I gave you the wrong number.
wait.
My stealth is 4, and I rolled a 2, so 4, 5, 6.
You said
No,
6.
you
I
did-
rolled a 2. That's why I did that.
Okay.
You said 6.
I showed 2.
Oh.
6.
So like I've done before a little bit with this, I'll say this, Trixie, you're fairly certain that you can like duck behind some of the material of the structure you just exited, but you can already see the interior is collapsing.
Yeah.
So you're not 100% comfortable going in there, but you can use some of it to find a place to obscure yourself. Asher, you find a nice solid plinth to duck behind, and you see Tanzanite standing there for a moment just looking around, and you just drag her down behind with you. As she
Oh my god, wait.
Oh my god,
you
we got it.
feel kind of confident that you're unlikely to be seen, as a long sinuous neck pokes up from the lava, and you see a sorry, my description just closed itself because that's what happens to me all the time. You see the scales, a deep fiery red color. This neck and head are long and muscular. It's going down, and you don't see the other components of this beast. You know that it is much larger than this, but you can see the sharp beak-like mouth is filled with rows and rows of teeth, almost shark-like in terms of, you know, how sharks have layers of teeth.
Mhm.
It's that type of layers of teeth, but they are the longer, more terrestrial style of carnivorous teeth. You are also able to make out amongst the spines that stand out from its head. There is in its eyes a wildness that may not have been present in the other dragons. There's a the green dragon, while territorial and such, there was an intelligence there. The black dragon that you dealt with, there was a much higher degree of that same intelligence, a almost cunning, conniving sort of gleam in its eyes. It sought to claim the territory that it had just landed in the area of Mary Beard's Delve. This creature, it's not that it's unintelligent. It's that there's a rage, a primalness, a ferocity to its gaze. Where those two creatures were ones that may have thought through things and considered before they did something, this one is very clearly at a glance, and it's so overwhelming, you don't even need to roll insight on this. This creature is fueled by hate, anger, and malice, and is much more of a brute than the others were.
I kind of look at the other two and whisper, I don't think we're going to get to talk to this one.
gotta fight it.
I don't know how we can. We can't move. Are you sure you don't have any water?
I have my like fancy blessed water,
Yeah, this might be a time that we need it.
but it's not just water. It's imported water.
This is an important situation. Like life or death. Kind of important.
You hear, as you're trying to have this conversation in the quiet, you have disturbed my rest. I thought I made clear my intent. If you are here, come out or leave now.
Now, is that in Draconic just to me?
It is this is
speak
probably the
Draconic.
most disturbing part. It's in your heads.
Ah, got it.
Wow.
No, sir. I don't like it.
Those of you who speak Draconic, that is the first language hook in your brain that it does take. Those of you who don't, it is just emotion and feeling, and you can feel this like fury built into each statement. Be gone or face the consequences of your foolishness.
I mean, he says we can go, but he also kind of burned our new friends. I would like to put a bullet in his face.
Yeah, I'm not really keen on letting him have his way around here. Can I try to respond back in my head?
Sure.
And I'm just going to think, this is not your domain. You don't have authority here. You leave.
Can you just go ahead and roll a... You're a monk. I feel like you're getting all these cool like connectivity things. I would like you just to roll general wisdom check.
Man, all these 11s. Hang on.
11.
Plus 4, 11. But that's a plus 4, so 15.
You as you're kind of like trying to think the thoughts, you don't have any. You've been experimenting a lot with this because it's been a sticky point for you recently. You really want to be able to think at people and get your thoughts across. It's making you ridiculously jealous that others are able to pull this off. You might be able to climb a tree without actually touching the tree the whole time. You might be able to literally run across water. And this has just become an extremely frustrating sticky point. And then this creature goes ahead and sticks thoughts in your head too. And you just wanted to send some thoughts back. And they go through. But it's not because you put them through. It's because there was still something left open between the initial communication from this creature to you and back again. And you realize that it let you talk back in that moment. And as you speak your words, the long, sinuous neck comes further up, and now you are witnessing more of the torso of this creature as the dragon begins to emerge from its kind of self-created magma cocoon. swamp water that remains at the edges, and the few bits and puddles of water that we're able to find solid purchase here as the rain continues to disperse in multiple directions, pour into that space and create a huge cloud of smoke. And this ridiculously oversized creature and to emerge more so. And let me just pull up a little bit of information that I had.
As you're doing that, I turn to Asher and I go, you can't turn into like a smaller one of those?
Like a smaller dragon?
Or just something like it? I don't know. Something with wings.
Mm. What is the condition of the building above us?
It is falling apart. It is slowly, where before it was melting pieces, now it's just collapsing slowly. Parts and pieces are twisting. The surface area of it was blackened and slagged already before, but now it's a slow collapse of material.
I'm gonna say, fuck it, get on as far away as you can.
I go to the nearest edge of safe land.
Just go ahead and make a survival check to see if you're able to find a safe spot to perch.
Ooh. 25.
You realize that the furthest spot you can get that is both, and I'm guessing in this point you're trying to get farther from the dragon as well. Or are you trying?
Yeah.
Okay, so you would choose a place that was both further from the dragon and as safe as possible to get. You're able to move significant, but not a great distance. You're able to get 50 feet into the previously burnt and slagged spaces, and you're fairly confident the footing here is safe. That you could stand here for a bit and be safe. And
I'm going to duck down and I'm going to yank Tanzanite down with me.
So
I rolled an 18 if that helps at all.
Oh, okay. So you
That
follow
one does, but-
Trixie's lead and in getting over there. And I'll say that it was kind of like rolling with advantage by both of you working together to find a spot. And you run over to that space together and get further. You are exposed, but you're kind of behind the falling building. So you've kind of like created a line where the building is here. Great big scary dragon is over here, and you're on the opposite of all that. So you're somewhat behind cover, but it's not as much cover as before. You've broken stealth to get over here. Asher, what are you doing?
I'm going to say, this is just for you, Larissa.
Oh, no.
Hang on. I'm going to say, dear God, please turn me into a bird so I can fly far, far away. I'm going to turn into a rock and just try to like spread my wings, like smash my way out of this crumbling structure that's in my way.
Yeah, you turn into a rock. Are you trying to turn into like with that structure, that crumbling structure between you and the dragon, or are you turning into the rock just right where you were hiding before, or
like right where I'm hiding is like because they were furthest away from where
Yeah.
I was, where we were hiding. So
yeah, you start swelling in size until you're this giant rock, and the dragon reacts, mouth open, and for the first time you see the wings emerge, enormous in their size. The odor of the sulfur and a kind of a flinging of pumice flies into the air, and as you burst into your rock form, I just need you to make one dexterity saving throw to see if you're able to escape the pyrotechnics that are flying towards you, Asher. Tanzanite and Trixie, you are safely sheltered behind Asher in this moment and the building.
17.
Yeah, so you twist and turn and try to protect yourself as well as you can as debris flies your direction. You do take 10 points of burning damage. Heat damage, if you will. And in your rock form takes that, not your form. So remember, polymorph, the creature you've become takes the damage. And then if you get down to 0 hit points, you revert and take whatever remains of the damage. So
Right.
just as a reminder. And yeah, what are you doing? Are you fleeing? Are you going to battle?
I'm going to like spread my wings, like hopefully one wing over them in case anything is falling on them, and then like try to get down so that they can get on my back.
Okay. So you're trying to offer them to get onto your back.
Yep.
The weight of the rock starts breaking up some of the still not quite solidified material around you, and it's making for treacherous footing. But the rock seems in itself to be fairly steady. It's a big creature, so it's easy for you to kind of get a sense of how to get up there. So I would like for you to decide how you're trying to mount up on the rock if you are Trixie and Tanzanite. Tell me how you're trying to get it up there, and then I'll tell you what to roll.
Actually, would it just be easier for us to go and like climb onto your legs and like kind of hold onto your legs? Or like in like so them like kind of be held in your claws?
Sure.
I'm gonna try and go just because I'm smaller. I
I mean,
can
I'm also
probably
standing,
go
so I can't like grab you. But if you want to like grab,
right,
around
but
Trixie-
like grab around your leg.
Okay. So Trixie, you grab around his leg. Tanzanite, what do you do?
I want to go and sit on his foot. So he
So
has
you go
to
and like
Just crisscross applesauce. Just sit.
around his foot, sort of style, or like just
Like a
sitting
toddler's-
on his toes.
like a toddler like wrapped around their dad's leg. Like,
Like, are you just sitting there like it's a
I mean, you
was
might
thinking,
want to
like,
hold
or-
on.
if this is his foot,
Yeah,
you know, and he's like, look, look, look.
the,
I'm
got the
sitting right
trunk
here.
of his
in the-
leg.
And you're not going to hold on?
Yeah, I'm gonna hold on, but
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you're just
so
kinda
like I'm
holding-
facing this way.
Almost
you're
side
facing the
saddle.
opposite way, and your arms are wrapped
Yeah.
around. Your legs
Yeah.
are free though.
No, I have like
Okay, so you are
Tree
crisscross
hugger.
applesauce all the way around. Tree
Okay.
hugger.
that's
Okay,
probably
great.
better because then it lets me try to fly up and just bust out of everything without like
So
it
Asher,
pressing
they
them.
both small beings have wrapped themselves around your legs in different ways. What are you doing? How are you?
I'm gonna start flapping my giant ass wings and just trying to go up.
So just using the momentum of your wings, you're trying to fly up. I would like you to do a strength check as the rock.
$27.
Awesome. So you get your wings are working hard. You catch a bit of the steam that's lifting too, and you pull, and you're able to not use your legs as much, but you still have to use them a tiny bit. And as you use your legs to give yourself that lift, there's a little bit of a jostle for you, Trixie and Tanzanite. I just need you to roll dexterity saving throws, and you need to not roll below a 10.
Don't fall off.
Dex
If you
save.
don't roll below a 10, you're fine.
Should have like
Or
caught
actually,
bardic inspiration.
it could be a strength saving throw too. Let's say it's a strength saving throw because you're both gripping on, right? No, neither of you are doing something. It's just a strength saving
Yeah.
throw. Strength saving throw. Don't roll below a 10.
Dirty 20.
17.
Awesome. Your grip is strong as the rock's legs flex and bend, and those muscles ripple down for that little bit of push off, and the claws kind of like, and you're gripped on, holding on tight. But as the natural flow of a bird is, the claws do not stay splayed out, so you kind of lose a little bit of your seating, but you're holding on tightly enough, and you're able to hold on. And even as those muscles, ripples, and the tendons kind of push you and separate your grip on the leg a little bit, you're holding on tightly. And Asher, as a rock, begins flying away. Asher, as a rock, I need one last dexterity saving throw from you.
luck point. Last luck point. Oh shit. 7. Fuck. Should have picked the first one.
There is a moment where you think you've made it, that you've made it out of this creature's space, and then you hear it, the overwhelming sound of fire coming. And as two creatures that are connected to Asher, you don't get to do this particular throw. You're going to get to take what Asher gets. Good use of your lucks, honestly. And you feel the fire coming your ways. all of you
I
are
would like
taking
if I'm able to, I would like to try to like turn myself so that they're protected underneath me from the fire, but I don't know if my shitty dex roll stops me.
your
from
dex
doing
roll kind of ruined
Yeah.
that. Sorry. All of you take 91 points of fire damage.
Woo!
Anybody dead?
Wait, hold on. So,
Unless you have resistance to fire, in which case you take half as much.
well, not that, but so I have the ability that if I fail a saving throw, I can use a key point to re-roll. But
You have that ability.
right, but I didn't get the chance to roll. But
So
it
you
was
did
still
not
a
fail
saving throw.
Wasn't your saving throw. It was Asher's saving throw to
Alright.
save.
All right.
I mean, unless you
But-
want to let go of the foot as you see this flame comes flying
Hold
at
on.
you.
Hold on. Jess
What's
has
that?
something.
But I have
I mean, I can fly like hell if you want to throw out some heals from my feet.
I don't know if this would work, but I have Sentinel at Death's Door. So,
Okay.
as a reaction, when you or a creature you see within 30 feet suffers a critical hit, I can turn that into a normal hit.
This isn't a crit.
Damn it. I tried.
It's just a
Just
saving
really
throw.
strong.
Yeah, if it had
tried,
rolled a
guys.
natural 20 on an attack roll, that would be perfect use of this. So just for future reference, if I say, oh, they nat 20'd, use this because it
That.
takes it down.
I tried.
All right. So
Sorry, I'm just
Good
a big dumb
attempt.
bird. I can't do anything else.
Yeah.
Um,
and
Unfortunately,
you're
I had
still
to
able
use
to
big dumb
maintain the
bird
bird
dex.
form?
Hmm?
You have enough hit points to maintain the bird form? Cool.
Um,
Trixie and Tanzanite, are you both still up?
yes.
I feel like you should be
Yes,
because
I
you
am,
had
yeah.
the hit points for it.
Um,
I believe.
are we like in like a battle thing, or like can I do something?
You're running away, so if you had something you needed to do in this moment, feel free. This is unless you say otherwise, I'm seeing you as in retreat.
Well, I
If
mean,
you
we
wanna
didn't
say that you're
really
not in
discuss
retreat-
running away.
I was trying to
Well,
get
I
somewhere
was-
where we
Rock-
could stand and fight because we couldn't
Yeah.
fight where we were. That was my goal. But I'm
Yeah.
right now
So we're not running away.
fighting.
We're just being. It's a strategic. We're falling
Strategic
back.
retreat.
Withdrawal.
Great. Well,
Falling
as
back,
we
okay.
fall back, I am going to just
Now, if you-
throw out a quick 5th level prayer of healing to everyone.
Real quick.
Just a quick 5th level
Just
spell.
real fast.
Just a quick prayer of healing. Prayer of healing. What does that take? Do you have to use? My brain does
It
not remember
is
prayer of
up
healing,
to 6 creatures of my choice that can be seen within range regain.
and it's just verbal, right?
Yep,
It doesn't
and
require
yep.
movement. Okay, so yeah, you're able to shout
Yep,
out in the
yep.
wind. The wind almost whips
It's
away the words,
instantaneous.
and I
I'm
think
gonna
you roll
go-
5d8 plus 4.
Do less. I do 5d8 plus 4, and I rolled a 31.
So you all get 31 hit points
So-
back.
31 points as we just are, figuring out what we're doing.
Okay. So Asher, you're a rock with the rock's stats. That includes intelligence, charisma, etc., etc., etc.
The only reason I'm not dead right now.
I was
You
close. I was
are
real close.
I've literally taken exactly Asher's health and damage right now as the rock. So
Are you flying away? Are you banking around? Like your head, in my view, was away from the dragon, so you could make this escape. But if you want to say something different, let me know. Talk to me about what you're doing in flight.
I'm looking for like the area outside of this molten area so I can land and like let them off so we can fight like a good like battleground.
Okay. Go ahead and using the rock stats, roll a perception check. You're looking for swampy, but as solid ground as you can find to have a battle.
15.
I would also like to assist because I would have been looking for the same thing based on what we discussed.
Okay.
would've been keeping an eye
You're
out.
holding on to this leg situation being flopped around. So
Okay.
talk to me about how you do that, how you try Are you facing backwards or forwards? Like how are you trying to do this? I thought you were facing kind of forwards so you would see the same direction as the rock, but you have this leg in your way. I just need to know what you're doing. Are you like trying to lean away to see further?
I feel like
keep in mind
when
the legs are big and thick.
right, but I feel like when birds, like when their legs are loose, like when they're not gripping onto something, they're still like the width. So I feel like I would have put my feet here.
Okay.
Like on that, like wedge on that joint, and then like held and then like bend around.
So
and like I just
want you to do like a acrobatics check.
Sure.
To see if you're able to kind of get a good glimpse. Because I think if you get a really good glimpse, I'll let you roll with advantage, or let you have Asher roll with advantage.
22.
Beautiful. So Asher, go ahead and roll your perception check again. So you have it's with advantage now.
That was better before.
The assist.
So 15 still.
Okay. Tanzanite, I would also like you to roll a perception check as the only person who's facing backwards.
Ooh.
She's the rear view mirror of the captain flying through the sky.
Unintentionally strategic.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
Okay, so if that was 10, then that'd be 19. 29.
29. So you see that the creature emerging from what looks like a molten pit that it was starting to create. Its swept back horns and spines are suddenly overshadowed by a spinal frill that furls forth as it gets bigger, kind of like you see birds that are trying to put on a display. It's almost a little bit of that echo, but just huge and scary. And you can see its beaked snout venting smoke, and its eyes almost seem to be bursting with flame. It steps up using its wings as leverage and starts pulling its enormous body free of the lava, its neck and head riveted on the site of your entourage as you fly. All of this is happening. Asher, Trixie, you're looking around for a bit of land, a small parcel of space, and you spot a hummock of land kind of surrounded by water on all sides. It's still verdant and green. It's not too far away. It's only a couple hundred feet from this destruction. It is strange a little bit because you remember crossing through these things, having to slog through the swamp, through the water. This is a little island by itself almost.
One question before I land. Do we know like the size of it? Like, is it like the black dragon, like an ancient sized dragon, or is it smaller?
It's gargantuan. It's bigger than the black dragon.
How far is Amundsen's shelter from here? Just wondering if we can get help.
You would know about Amundsen's shelter because of your network, right?
Yeah, it's on my map that you gave me.
Yeah. This location, I would say, is quite a trip. It's a couple of days travel. Like you can't even really make out the mountains as more than smudges, and you can only make that out now because you're up in the air. And you know that it's near the base of those mountains, at the northern base of those mountains, correct? Am I thinking of the right place?
It's not like in flying range for me within my hour of polymorph.
I mean, it's a direction to head in. New Belgrano is probably closer. But it's probably also not within a day. It might actually be, I don't know how long your polymorphs will last, but it might be like 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours.
It lasts for an hour. Like I was just basically trying to figure out if there's somewhere close enough that I could fly that would be able to help us fight. But if that's not the case, then whatever. All right. All right. I'll land on the little hummock of land.
All right. Yeah, you sprout
just, like let them off. Like as soon as they hop off, I'm gonna get up again and like
fly off again.
Yeah, like try to go for the dragon.
Okay. Tanzanite, Trixie, do you dismount from the legs when he lands on this little hummock of land? Okay. Asher, you're in flight. What are you all doing? Let's just go one at a time. Asher, you're going to take off. Trixie and Tanzanite, you just got on land. Let's start with you, Trixie and Tanzanite. What are you up to as you're on the small hummock of land?
I turn to Tanzanite and I say, "You got one more of those?"
Got one more than their
A
heel.
Healy boo? Some Healy heels?
I mean, you know,
Yep,
I'm
yep.
okay,
Yep,
but
yep,
as much as we can top off before we do this.
yep. Let me do a.
I don't think my little face slaps are going to do much.
How bad you hurting? Like real bad?
I mean, I would say, if anything, and I point up to the rock, I say him more than me, but I'm at about half.
All right, I'm a do a 7th level prayer of healing.
I don't know if you could tell like perception level wise, but I'm like 3/4 of my health right now as the rock, so it's fine. But
Oh,
Why
well
are
then
you not
maybe I guess
telling
we
me
should
how much
wait.
it is?
Maybe hold on. Maybe then we should wait.
Okay.
And I say,
I'm
you know
like
what?
in the
Never
midst
mind.
of going like this, being like, nope.
No,
Don't
just
do
wait.
it.
Just wait. We'll figure it out.
Bring
But
us
we're
spell
surrounded
back
by
in.
water now, right?
You're surrounded by water now.
Okay, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna look in the direction of the dragon. And how is it? I'm assuming it's chasing after us, yeah? Or is it
Roll a
just
perception
holding?
check. Roll a perception check.
sometimes I feel like Rurik must regret long ago letting me use this monster as an animal for polymorph.
25.
Yeah, you can see it. The dragon at this point is 400, 500 feet from you, maybe a little bit more, even 600 feet. You can see that it's still on that little charred chunk of previous swampland. And you can see that the fire that it exhaled that actually caught you at the very edges of that exhale has completely obliterated what remained of the structure's top and has collapsed in again. And the dragon is watching you closely, but making no move towards you in this moment.
I'm basically like flying kind of in between the dragon and them, just letting them prepare and like ready to catch another fireball if it comes, or a fire burst.
Like how far away are you staying from the dragon?
How far is the dragon from them?
Currently about 500 to 600 feet.
I'm gonna say
Still
like
a
with the
threat, but not.
yeah.
a
I'm
near
gonna
threat.
I'm gonna stay near them, so I'm gonna go like within 75 feet or so, like just back and forth, kind of in a circle.
Okay. So trigonometry wise, you're probably even a little bit further from the dragon that is staying land bound and terrestrial bound at this moment.
Or I guess maybe if it's landed, I will also land. And I was sorry, I didn't realize that it had landed.
It had never taken off.
Oh, okay. I thought it was chasing us.
It was on ground chasing you, and then it used its fire breath weapon, which goes quite a distance.
So I'll just like put myself strategically between the dragon and them in case it does it again.
I'm going to turn to Tanzanite and say, so should we just wait and see if the ground cools, or do you want me to try and taunt it out here?
I would say we either get out of here or wait for it to come to us. Start strategizing a plan until it comes to us. If we're not going to just run.
I mean, we can't let this thing continue.
Otherwise, if we're going to just I mean, maybe we could just go ahead and taunt it out if that's what we're gonna do.
I mean, if we have the chance to rest
Caw,
and
caw.
recover. I think if we have the chance to rest and recover, then we should take it. But I don't know.
Maybe we should also take advantage of him like this.
Yeah, I mean that's the rub. I don't know. I'm gonna
I
yell up.
say we do it.
I'm gonna yell up to. Hang on, I gotta check something.
Asher's like landed a little bit ahead of you by this point.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm still yelling up to him, but
Oh, yeah. You yell up to him all the time.
yes. What else is new? I'm just trying to find. Okay, I don't know if this works or not, but I'm gonna yell up to him and I say, "Attack now or later." And I don't know if my spoken language thing counts here because it says any creatures that can understand a language can
I can still
understand what you say.
He
understand
can
you
still
when I'm playing.
understand you. when he's
Right, but
playing.
whether or
That's
not
cool.
I can understand
You can't understand me,
his.
probably, because I'm like an animal.
He's not a language. He's totally an animal.
Mm.
It would be
This
a
is
speak
any
with animal
creature.
situation. Any creature with the intelligence, though, I think is the whole thing.
Okay.
Let me look at.
But you can like nod your head.
Yeah.
I will go.
We'll do an animal handling check to see if you understand him.
Now?
Okay, what is your intent to communicate
Well-
after she rolls her animal handling check? She has to roll
Oh,
a 15 or better. And then
well, I know
want
we're just
Asher,
rolled
I
a
want-
natural 20, so.
Okay. Asher, what was your intent to communicate to her?
My intent is that I'm ready to fight. Like, so if they want to fight.
Yeah, the tongue of the sun and moon was one directional and sometimes because the rocks don't have a spoken language.
Mm.
But
Okay.
but you understand the intent behind that. So
I turned to
you
Tanzanite, so he says now.
I'm gonna yell, "Hey, ugly booty, come get us!" And go.
I'm gonna try to do something cool. I'm gonna like go up.
And try to
on-
get my shadows to go even higher and also go.
As she does that, I'm gonna like in front of them. I'm gonna go up
Harken
on
back to the.
my feet, like spread my wings as
yep.
far as they'll go, and just like do a bird cry into the air, like yeah.
I'm gonna say with this absolute ridiculousness that one of you can roll with advantage a intimidation check.
Not me.
You go ahead. I don't have. Well, what's
Me?
intimidation based on?
Let me see
Charisma.
intimidation.
Performance,
Yeah.
isn't it?
As a rock, I don't have any charisma, so you go ahead.
What's your intimidation? Oh, cute squirrel.
She's not helping you.
Oh well, she's not doing anything. All right, it's all on me. I got this.
I mean, I was going to
He's a
basically
little
yell what she
snack for the
said.
dragon.
Ooh,
I was going to yell what she
16.
said in essentially
In
draconic
Draconic.
because I would have been yelling it at him. But
You rolled a 16
I rolled a 16.
with advantage. You rolled a 16.
Oh no.
You're rolling with advantage for the two, you and Asher.
15. So go with the 16.
All right. It's hard to make out at this distance if there's any change in the dragon's expression. But what you're able to make out is it turns back its long, sinuous neck towards the pot that it had made of the space and dives its face into the lava pit that it had created and tears something free before starting to take off into the air. And with that, we are going to go to break. We are going to go to break. We will be back after these messages. We'll be. So I think that's going to be. Let's just take
If we-
20 and be back at the hour. Is that okay?
At
Well,
the hour? Yeah.
if we do a half hour, then would that give Jason time to both walk the dog and write a commercial?
I already wrote it.
Did you?
So I'm
Right
sorry.
there.
What time at the hour you said?
At the hour.
Okay.
Okay.
All
Perfect.
right. Thank you.
Aren't you just fancy pants?
See you
Fancy
there.
Multitasker.
Hello, and welcome back to Probability of Demise. I got to write the commercial this once. So Jason gets to just read, and he's relaxed this whole time. He looks very chill.
Yeah, it definitely was not running. Well, not running. My dog's very slow right now because she just had surgery, but definitely not like trying to do that.
Hurry.
Yeah. Hi.
Oh.
Cold reading. I don't have to do cold reading. Is this what it feels like?
Like, how many S's did you put in a row there? Thanks, you jerk. I'm kidding.
All right, hang on. Okay, you ready? Are you tired of being stuck in one shape? Do you ever feel like you're in a rut? Well, have no fear because the new book, Shapeshift, The Ultimate Guide to Transmutation, is here. With our step-by-step instructions, you too can learn the art of shapeshifting. Imagine being able to turn into a dragon and breathe fire at your next company meeting, or becoming a mermaid and impressing your friends at the beach. But that's not all. Our book also includes advanced techniques like transmutation, allowing you to turn that old toasting spork into a brand new sports chariot. But don't just take our word for it. Here's what some somewhat satisfied customers have to say. I always wanted to be a unicorn, but I never thought it was possible. But with Shapeshift, I finally made it happen. Ronnie the Rhino, Grant's brand ambassador. I was able to turn my boss into a toad during a meeting, and it was the most satisfying thing ever. Mistress Mercurial, that is not a mistress voice, but Mistress Mercurial of Mercurial Enterprises, subsidiary of Grant's Brands, affiliated sponsor. I've been using Shapeshift to turn my leftovers into gourmet meals. It's been a game changer. Not sure where I left it, but I found this nice mug yesterday. Nee, mage of some repute. So, don't waste any more time being stuck in your boring old shape. Order your copy of Shapeshift, The Ultimate Guide to Transmutation today. Warning, shapeshifting may cause dizziness, nausea, and temporary loss of control of your powers. Consult your wizard before attempting any advanced techniques. Shapeshift may transmute into other shapes, not responsible for lost or misunderstood products. Shapeshift may not be read in certain shapes. Transmute at your own risk. Shapeshift, because life is too short to be just one shape.
So good.
My knee accent sucks. Wow. I thought it would come out and it just didn't.
I always mess up knee every single time. I just have to give in to the idea that knee is a shifting character all the time. Let me find my...
Oh my gosh. Why am I sweating? It's like 28 degrees out.
It's the danger of swapping heat to cold, cold to heat. Okay. So from all the information I've been able to ascertain from you all, you do intend to go into battle. So what I would like is I would like us to roll initiative now so we can go in turn-based order to kind of sort things out, unless you want to have like a quick planning session of what you're planning to do. Just so you, as a reminder, the red dragon snaked its neck in deep into its little lava pit that it had created there, ripped something out, and it's starting to take off to fly.
About how far away is it?
500 feet.
500? Okay.
But I think it's about to come towards us right quick. So
Yeah.
We nanny boo-booed it.
Why don't you roll, since you asked this, Tanzanite, just roll a perception check.
Okay. All right. That's pretty good. Ooh. So 25.
Yeah, with a 25, I'll say, like, you've seen creatures take off before. You've seen the dragons take off. You actually caught that one with that spell and just, like, it was a brilliant moment. You've also seen Asher take off in the form of a rock. You actually saw Bonnie once take off in the form of a rock.
Oh, yeah.
Its launch trajectory does not lead to the little island that you're on right now.
Oh, yeah. He's heading somewhere else. He's going somewhere.
And I yell that up to Asher.
I'm going to look
Asher's
at them.
face.
Look at them and look at the dragon. Look at them like, do you want me to?
Up to you. If you think we should chase it down now. Shrugs the giant bird.
I say we
I
follow.
don't like that I can't communicate.
I'm gonna
No.
yell up,
Alright.
be like, "Come back, get us! We should follow him." And
Well, he's
he won't
landed,
expect
right?
that.
Is it
He's
is it
taking
running or is it?
No,
Is-
take off.
Jason has landed.
Yeah, I'm like
Jason is
sitting
landed.
like 50 feet in front of you.
Oh, you're next to me. Okay.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say, jump on and follow.
I guess I'm. Is the dragon running away or is it just not
We don't know
immediately
yet.
coming to us?
Tanzanite has spotted, although she didn't share this, that it is launching itself away from your group, not towards your group.
I can
Okay.
tell by how he's taking off. He's gonna go somewhere else. So
Okay. I mean, are you guys jumping on or?
I'll jump on.
I jump on and I sit
Okay, I would like
forward. The
roll
backwards.
initiative.
Are you
I
on,
gotta
on the
hang
feet
on.
or are you on my back now?
I'm going to stay
What?
on the foot.
So I know, like, if I could try to block like a fire blast. I know where you are.
Where are you, Tanzanite?
I was gonna stay on the foot as well.
Okay, so I need everybody to roll initiative.
You okay over there?
Trixie's
Yes, I just
having a
never roll
moment.
high on initiative. And I don't have a
Uh,
high initiative thing.
15 for me.
22.
Wow.
That never happens.
8. Damn it.
Ah.
All right. So,
I mean, I can't do anything because I'm attached to a foot, but
well, you can hold an action, prepare
true.
things, other things like that.
That's true.
So let's just go through the initiative order. Trixie, what are you going to do?
Basically, I'm going to wait until he gets close enough that I deem it for me to be able to, depending on how he approaches the dragon and what's going on, to jump onto the dragon.
Okay.
And
So you're waiting for an opportunity to jump on the dragon. That's your held action is jumping on the dragon.
Swear to
Yes,
God, if I get
and,
dragon feared, I'm going to be so pissed.
I just,
So if I
What
get
do you
dragon feared again, I'm going to be so pissed.
and I
time.
just want to remind you that I have slow fall and that I will be
Yeah. No
using
worries. I assumed
needed.
that would be part of your leap moment
Yeah.
if needed. Tanzanite, what are you holding, preparing, doing?
I want to hold I want to hold a misty step to once we get close enough to like decide where I want to go. Can I do something like that?
Sure, you're holding the spell Misty Step. Be aware
Yeah.
that because you're starting off holding the spell, if you don't use it, you still lose that spell slot. So go ahead and mark off the spell slot because you're holding that
Oh.
as a thing to do.
I
Okay,
understand. Yep, I'm still gonna go with that.
okay. That takes us to Asher because the dragon rolled like crap.
Let's just hope it keeps rolling like crap. This might not be a fight we're ready for. All right.
Yeah.
Rourke Space tells me,
That
"Oh,
was
you should have
a-
ran."
Yep. Yeah. I know.
All right.
I know. It was coming, but we don't listen. It was coming, but also Rurik knows us. So
I will take off and chase that motherfucker.
You ready for everything? What is your so you have your movement and you can double that by using your action for the movement as well. I don't know what else a rock can do, honestly,
My
but
flying movement is 120 feet.
okay, 120 feet will get you within 480 feet of the dragon. Are you going to use your action to also close that gap?
Sure. I can't use one of my attacks because they're on my feet. I guess I could, and they could just like boop onto the dragon. But never mind. Anyway, I won't get close enough. So yeah, for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now you're within 300 and 200, 480 minus 120 is 260 260? Math.
Let's see. It'd be 500 minus 240 would be 260. Yeah.
Okay, so within 260 of the dragon, it is below you. Trixie, Tanzanite, you're closer. Do either of your actions go off with that close of the distance or no?
So the dragon is
What are
below
we
us.
distance wise
Yeah,
now?
You're about 260 feet away. So I don't know if you're able to. You're like two footballs and a bit away, or not
Above it.
above
or at
and
an angle.
like the 200. It doesn't matter. You're about 260.
Well, it
feet
does
away.
because if I let go, I need to know if I'm going to land on it.
Well, you're high, but you still got distance to cover. You're not. Bloop.
So it's on a diagonal.
Yes.
Yeah,
That
200
is
feet
not.
on a
That is
diagonal.
not like.
No,
Okay.
no, because I
Um,
wouldn't let go until I was sure that I would be able to land on it, and I would need to be probably
Okay.
I would say within 75 yards and directly above it.
Right now, my plan is to grapple it. So if you want to hang on until then, or at least
Okay.
very close to then.
Yeah, no, I don't use my spell either.
Okay, so that just kind of like.
Yeah.
You witness as the dragon begins its takeoff, and it's gaining altitude. It's not as fast as the creature you're currently on. You can see it's taking it more effort to gain altitude. And it first flies up about 80 feet straight up. Kind of hovering, watching you all. Its trajectory was away, but it's kind of like looking at you like, what is this food doing? And it is going to, that takes us to math. Yeah, you're still fine. Okay. So
I mean, it's still 260
Asher.
if it went straight up.
Yeah. Well, it's
So.
a little bit different than that, but yeah.
I guess, yeah.
Asher,
Yeah.
it doesn't affect the thing that I was looking at. Asher, it's back to you. Are you continuing to fly towards it?
Yes.
Okay, so
Nervously,
now you
he
are
says.
140 feet from it with just your movement. Are you
right.
going to use your?
I would use my action again, and that will put us within 20 feet of it for whatever
Okay.
you two want to do.
As soon as you cross 20 feet closer to it on that action, I need you all to roll a wisdom saving throw. Because it has been more than 24 hours since the last time this happened to you all.
Damn it! Every time. Sorry, guys. Better jump off now because I'm going to be flying far, far away for a while. Rolled a 9.
Sorry.
24 for me. Somehow.
Sorry, I'm using my phone. I forget where everything is in the app. Wisdom.
The dragon held frightful presence until you were within range.
Saving.
Unless you just wanna
That is an
stay on me
18.
while I fear away, and then we'll come back to it later.
You are afeared as well.
I am.
Yep. 18 is what you said. Yep. You're afeared. You're afeared. Tanzanite, what'd you get?
24.
You are not afraid. You're able to shrug off that, but you can see that, and you are, by the way, you are immune for the next 24 hours. But you can see that both the rock that you're on and your friend Trixie are afeared. Just so a reminder for everything, a frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear is within line of sight. So as long as you can still see it, you have disadvantage on those. And you can't willingly move closer to the source of your fear. So in this moment, as you cross that threshold, Asher, you can't go closer. Do you peel away or do you fly? Do you fly?
I'm going to fly a 20-foot circle around it if I can.
Okay. So you are just so everybody else is aware, Trixie, you're probably within, or both Trixie and Tanzanite, you're within 120 feet of the dragon, and you actually get 100 feet of movement, Asher, of flying around it. Because it's when you cross within 20 feet of it, you only had 20 feet left before the frightful presence took effect.
Yes.
Okay. So, Trixie, you're Oh, 10. No. Where
Wait,
am
no,
I?
I only get 20 feet around it because I only had 20 feet left, so I can move 20 more feet.
No. You have 120 feet of movement per
Yes.
movement, right? It only
Okay,
took
so
20 feet more of that second round of movement
No,
to
I
be
was.
within the frightful presence, to trigger the frightful
Okay.
presence, which
I
left you
thought
100 feet of movement.
I thought I was
You
still
couldn't go
260
closer
away.
to it, so you could circle, but you're within 120 feet of it in a
Okay.
big circle, or you could fly away from it. So that's really up to you. Do you circle because you're afraid, or do you run away because you're afraid?
I will circle it as close as I can
Okay.
without.
Yeah, because you can't
pushing
willingly
myself
go
out too
closer
much.
to it. So that's 120 feet. So everybody's within 120 feet of this creature. It's going to do that. So Trixie, what are you doing?
I mean, I'm just holding on because I can't. My held action, I can't do it. So
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Tanzanite, what are you doing? You are not afraid,
I'm not afraid, and I'm 120 feet away.
but you can see that both of your companions are afraid.
Oh, God. Excuse me. Oh, goodness. I don't know if I should. They're afraid, but I don't have anything to get rid of. Ugh, I'm gonna just continue with the plan until I think of something else. So I'm going to cast a guiding bolt at the 1st level at the creature.
Awesome. So you cast Guiding Bolt. Is that an attack roll or a save? I
It
can't remember right now.
is. It is
So
an
roll your
attack
attack.
roll. Ooh, 24.
That hits.
Ugh.
Roll the damage.
12.
12. You throw your but you see that bolt fly off into the creature. What is the range on Guiding Bolt? It's like
240
something
feet.
like that. It's a big, huge distance, and you see it ping into the creature's heavily armored chest, and somehow it just burrows its way between his scale, and you see it kind of just bleed a little bit, but it's like a hangnail
Yeah.
in terms of the effect. Like it's a tiny amount of damage at this moment. You're very aware of that. Is this like spell you've old, true, and reliable have cast, but at the 1st level, and it just kind of is like being poked with a small needle to this creature.
I obviously am not going to use my movement because I'm on a bird, but as a bonus action, can I pull out my sword?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
My Dragon Slayer longsword, and just have it available.
I consider that a part of a weapon action too, just so you know. It's just easier. But yeah, it's easily available to you.
Great.
Trixie, I forgot to ask you at the end of your turn to roll a saving throw to see if you're successfully able to end the fear effect on yourself. So could you go ahead and roll a wisdom saving throw?
24?
Yes, you are no longer afraid. You're able to overcome that fear, and you're now immune for the next 24 hours.
All right.
Asher, it's your turn. At the end of your turn, you're going to be able to roll that same saving throw. But right now, remember, you can't willingly go closer to it. You have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls. And yeah, that's it.
All my attacks are melee, so I'm just going to keep flying. I'm going to close the gap, or I can't move closer.
You can't go.
I'm still trying to figure out why I'm 120 feet away.
Because you had
I was-
140 feet.
No, listen, I was
Yeah.
260 feet away. I used my action, which was 240 feet, which put me within 20 feet of it.
Yeah. Except it didn't, because its triggered response, its held action,
It feared when I
was
crossed.
to fear you when you crossed
Yes.
its boundary. Not your boundaries, but its boundaries.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Boundaries are important.
Yeah,
Consent.
I literally can't do anything, so I'm just going to keep circling.
Awesome.
Did you roll?
Then I need you to roll your wisdom saving throw. I mean, you could cast Bardic Inspiration on yourself. Oh, no, you can't.
You can't do that on
You
yourself.
can't. I don't know what you got for yourself.
I rolled a
but
5, so I'm still weird.
But
We're
that's
gonna die
something.
because I'm
Remember,
one of these
he's
times.
Yes,
trying
Ken.
to do.
Jess.
He's trying to do ability checks. So remember, if you want to give him a saving throw, if you have something that would support his saving throws, you'd be able to help him overcome. I'm coaching right now.
You have guidance, you dork.
But it's not my turn. I
no,
can
It
do
was
that at any
earlier,
point.
but you didn't use it when you had the opportunity. So I'm just reminding you now. The dragon, seeing that the rock is confused and even it can't quite figure out what's going on with the two little creatures attached to its legs, just shakes its snout. And it's clear that something's still in its mouth. And you see it swallow. And then it begins to fly off and it moves 80 feet away to the north. So as it's kind of like paralleling it right now, your rock is kind of moving in parallel at that moment as it tries to circle. And so it's moving northward. So you both are kind of like swiveling to the north a little bit right now.
Meanwhile, you feel my trembling feet.
The shivers. Trixie, it's your turn. What are you going to do? You're about 100 feet from... No, 120 feet still, because...
Yep.
Trixie pulls out her hang glider.
Oh my god. Stop. I want it.
Future plans. Trixie goes artificer full on. Tanzanite, not at all.
Yeah. I'm still holding my action because I also am a melee character. So
What are you holding, if anything?
What
are you holding?
The conditions?
No,
what I would like to do is let go. So I don't know if that counts as an action or not because I'm not like jumping. I'm not anything. I'm just like letting go.
I think like getting to the creature is going to definitely take something. But if what you're holding is to be able to close with it, what are the conditions that you would be willing to close with it in that way?
75 yards and probably above it if. Yeah.
Okay.
Because
So,
I would say 75 if above. Otherwise, I would want to be within 30 feet for any other like adjacent so that I could.
Oh, awesome. I just need to make sure
sense?
that I can trigger it if the situation is like there for
Yes.
it.
Yes.
So, because who knows what people are going to do. Tanzanite, it is your turn.
All right, so I have a question.
Yeah.
If I were to, because I know we've kind of discussed this and I get confused every time. If I pull out my magical weapon, but I don't use it the first time I pull it out.
You have the attack on the first time you pull it out. It is a bonus. It is a bonus action to cast, and it hits in that first bonus action of its use. If you choose not to use it, then it's just there. But remember, you're all in flight, and its movement is not terribly swift. So just keep that in mind too.
Great. Okay. So then in that case, I cannot use a spell and a cantrip as a bonus action, correct?
You can use the spell that you're talking about, the holy weapon spell.
Or if I decide to use a different spell.
Whatever you use as a bonus action, either the bonus action needs to be a cantrip, like easy off the cuff thing, which I don't think there are very many cantrips that are easy off the cuff bonus action things in terms of what we have available to us. Then you could use a spell for your actual action. I think I can't remember. I'll have to look it up again. But if you're using a spell as a bonus action, what you cast as your action can only be a cantrip.
Okay, so basically, can I give guidance and still use a spell attack?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's
as long
what
as
I would like
the
to
spell attack is a bonus action. Guidance is not a bonus action. It's a action. So are you...
Okay, so then in that case, I'm going to guidance my rock friend as my action. And then...
There. No need to be afeared.
No, there, no fear. And then you have bonus action type things,
Yeah.
which would be spiritual weapon is the only one I can think of right now.
Yeah.
But you might
So
have
can
other
I
ones.
then just pull it out?
It attacks when you pull it out. So you cast guidance as your action.
Even as
your
the bonus action?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, this is so crazy. Okay, so then I will do
Why
that.
it's so cool. Okay, so you cast it and its range is 120 feet, so you can hit it. It'll be there. Do be aware that its movement is only 20 feet each time you use your bonus action to move it.
Yeah.
So you're gonna whack it, bonus action, whack it, roll the attack.
Okay.
Spiritual bonk.
Spiritual bonk, the mace of bonkiness.
Spiritual weapon. I'm gonna do it at 4th level.
Yes.
19 points.
So much more exciting.
Just a hawonk.
A hawonk. Beautiful. So you hawonk the ancient red dragon. That's your
Bad
action.
dragon.
You can, okay. Asher, it is your turn. What are you doing for your action, bonus action, movement? You can keep pace with it, or you can try to get ahead of it a little bit. Maybe that would fly you further away from it, but it would just be getting ahead.
I'm just gonna
What do you
keep up with it, keep pace.
Okay. And any action or bonus action that you want to do?
Not as a rock, I don't have a bonus action. So
Okay. Go ahead and roll that wisdom saving throw.
what do you do when your dice hate your face?
And I gave you that guidance.
Nope. It's an 8. I'm not gonna burn the guidance on it because I know it's not gonna get there.
Okay. So you're still frightened.
Sorry, guys.
Are you sure you're rolling a d20 and not
Yeah.
a d12?
Yes.
Okay.
I've rolled 4 different d20s in the last.
Okay.
It's so painful when
I've
this
done it.
happens.
I've done it. I know Rue and Jess have seen me do it.
Oh,
so
it's
I'm
terrible.
not
It's
I'm
so
not asking
frustrating.
because I think I'm not saying it because I think you aren't smart enough to know it's a D20. I'm saying it because I personally have rolled a D12 thinking it's a D20. So
Okay. So you are, oh, those are so pretty. You are the dragon. Well, it burned that, but let's see if it recovers it.
how about we don't
Nope,
and say
it
we did?
does.
Damn it.
And yeah, it's not interested in closing with you right now, but it is clearly getting somewhat annoyed by the little attacks that have hit it so far, and it's almost looking like it's going to turn towards you all. But that takes us back to the top of the order. Trixie, what you gonna do?
Still
The
holding.
fastest rounds of combat ever.
Yeah,
All right.
right.
Tanzanite, what you gonna do?
I don't think I have anything.
So is now we've kept pace with it, but my spiritual
Mhm.
weapon's back away.
Your spiritual weapon is now because it can move 20 feet. You can move it 20 feet closer, but it is back away. It's a Jason or Asher's been keeping pace with it, so it is currently 60 feet behind you.
Okay. So as a bonus action, I'm gonna move that the 20 feet just a little closer.
Okay.
And then for my action, I am going to we're still pretty far from it.
Yeah,
We're
you're 120
still-
feet.
Okay.
Or yeah, 120 feet. That's as close as Asher can get on
Right,
purpose.
okay. 120.
It'd have to
Okay,
be
so then-
something else to make it not that.
Great.
Ooh, excuse me.
I am going to ugh. Yeepa. Ugh. Okay, I'm going to, at the second level, just guiding bolt it again.
Okay. Yeah, you have brain is freezing up here because spells are ridiculous.
It's just an attack. Oh, I have to roll
Okay,
for
yeah,
an
and
attack.
yeah, roll the attack.
Oh,
I was just
baby
double
girl.
checking because with the guiding bolt, the next attacks against it is with advantage, but nobody else before your next turn. But because nobody else was able to do anything, that part of it did not make for happiness.
Yeah. Unnatural 20?
Unnatural 20,
Unnatural.
that misses.
Ugh.
So you see the guiding bolt again, like kind of aiming for that same spot that it seemed to sink in before, just glances off and flares into the distance. Asher, I'm rooting for you.
Fly, fly, fly. No bonus action. Let's roll this bitch. Oh, wait. D4, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Someone's
I
angry.
feel like the world is with you on this.
17?
No.
I think it's
So-
got to be at least a 19. I think I rolled an 18 to start and I didn't make it. So
Tanzanite, you feel the what you had imbued into the rock friend with you kind of pulled away and seemingly no effect. So you're aware that your guidance has been used. The dragon's gonna, I mean, it's a little bit like what a hawk does when it's being chased by a couple of smaller birds. It's kind of like trying to dodge away, but at this point, it's getting irritated.
I don't think it's
And
the only one.
you see it twist a bit closer, and it flies towards Asher. And it's going to use its full movement to, no, it's not going to use its full movement. It's going to use most of its movement to get within 90 feet. And you see it take a deep breath, and fire comes from its maw. I need everybody to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh.
Dexterity saving throw. Ay, caramba.
17.
9.
27? I must be on the side that he turns to.
Okay. Those of you who failed the dexterity saving throw, you just took 91 points of fire damage.
Oh, I'm gone. I'm out.
Unconscious out, or was that double your
Like,
hit
need to
points
start
out?
doing no, not double my
Okay.
not double my hit points, but I'm at 0.
Okay. Asher, where are you at?
Hang on. I'm still rocked.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So Trixie, you're able to shield yourself behind the leg that you're gripped onto, and you feel a bit of that heat. You're going to take half as much damage. So you're going to take half of 91.
So 44?
It's always rounded down. So I think
Or 45.
45 points of damage. I
Okay.
think, is it rounded down or rounded up? I can't remember. Don't care. It's still a big number. It's scary.
Hold on one second. There's
Yeah.
something else. I feel like there's something else I have. Hang on.
I appreciate this.
think I'm just gonna run. Tanzanite's dead, and
Well, I need to figure out what's happening with Tanzanite right in a second, but
Hold on 1 second. I'm just trying to find where are my. Oh, here we go. Okay. Oh, that's not what I'm thinking of. Okay, never
Okay.
mind. That was something I was thinking of, but that's fine. I'm still
right.
up.
So the dragon's turned towards you. It's breathed its breath weapon. It is clearly choosing to engage at this point. And Trixie, peeking back from behind the rocks, kind of burnt and a little bit toasty, probably, leg, you see Tanzanite slowly, her grip on the leg faltering. You see off in the distance behind you, her mace poof into nothingness. And
Can
you
I
see
use,
her unconscious form start to slip off. What are you going to do?
Can I use Step of the Wind to? I think I can use Step of the Wind. Take disengage or dash action as a bonus action on your turn, and jump distance is doubled for the turn. I don't know if I can do it as a reaction or not, but I would have tried to jump across to catch her.
This isn't so much your reckon as your turn is next. So
Mm.
you could be doing this right now as she's
Okay.
sliding off. So yeah, if you could just do an acrobatics check for me to make sure you're able to, while on a flying creature that is flying and being burnt
I don't
and
trust you to roll high again, though.
to the other leg.
Okay. Acrobatics check, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, 25.
Yeah, you leap over to the other leg. They're close enough together and everything. You're able to catch her just as she's about to slide off and pull her body into a more secure position. And
As I do that, I would like to pat her on the back and use Hand of Healing. Or yeah. What is it?
Okay, roll the hit points for that.
I think it's a D. I don't know why they just don't put it all together. Oh, D8 and plus 4. Okay. 8. 9 hit points.
So can you describe what this looks like? You leaping from one leg to the other and then putting your blessing of healing through your hand of superness.
I'm gonna grab her and I'm gonna like hold her tight, and then I'm just gonna like kind of do like a great big like slap on the back, almost like a reverse like kind of thing. I can't remember what it's, defibrillator, like but on her back. And I'm like, come on, you do not get to slack off now.
I love it. It's like the lecture is a part of it. So do you
round up or round down?
You round up. I forgot. You round up.
Thanks, Andy.
It's all good. Tanzanite, you
if I take 23 points of damage in the next round or at any point, and I'm down because I would have had 1 hit point left, otherwise I'm going to be very upset with you, Andy. That's all I'm saying.
Tanzanite, you regained 8 points of hit points? 9 points of hit points.
9.
And you're conscious as your friend kind of reinvigorates you with a bit of a stern talking to as well at the same time.
Tough love.
Yep.
Tough
Andy's
love.
right. You do always round up. I always forget
I
because I
know.
can never remember. And I always want to like find in, yeah, he did back you earlier. I always want to find in favor of the player. So I'm always like, do I round up? I don't know. Yeah. So Tanzanite, it is your turn. You've just regained consciousness. You can see that the dragon is closing with you all. That fire that came after you, almost catching you completely off guard. Your spiritual weapon has disappeared with your lack of consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of hard to concentrate on something when you are not conscious.
Yep. I'm say, oh, that really hurt. Thank you. And give a prayer of healing to everyone at the 6th level.
Okay, roll the hit points on that.
33, everyone.
Okay.
Good news, everyone.
Good news.
And
Bumps me up enough to survive one more fire. Because I wasn't there yet anymore.
it's not close enough for that. So, yep. Okay. Asher, it is your turn unless Tanzanite had something else she was going to try to do. Okay. Asher.
Asher's going to turn around like hell.
All right. Yeah, you can use your movement and your thing, but at the end of it, do you want to use your anti-frightful roll right now? See if you can get over the sphere.
Sure can't.
Okay,
That's a 7.
240 feet of distance gained. You're zipping away. The dragon keeps trying to push towards you. It is going to use its action and movement to try to get closer to you, but it is not able to. You're gaining distance on it, so you are much swifter than this creature.
Oh no. That is a
Trixie.
terrible thought. That if Asher is in a feared state and running for the closest safe place you can think of, that would be the bog hag.
Is that where you're running towards?
I'm gonna say yeah.
Cool. Trixie, you taking any action in this moment?
No, at this point, I'm just holding on to Tanzanite. Make
keeping
sure she doesn't. Yeah.
Tanzanite, any additional actions or what's you up to?
For now, I'm just chilling.
Okay.
No. I'm gonna shoot another thing to get away, to help get away.
So at
No,
this
that's
point,
dumb. I'm not
you're-
doing anything.
Do you
Okay.
have an unfear spell? Because I could sure use one.
Wait. Oh shit. Hang on.
Have you had one this whole
running
time?
to the bog hag makes total sense based on the
I don't
things that have happened in your
think
past.
so, but I'm gonna check.
Although the bog hag is very close, so I feel like the dragon can keep up with us to get that far. So that may not.
Well, depending on what happens in this with Tanzanite's thing and then your thing, I'm going to maybe switch us modes, but it depends on.
Blind, deaf, paralyzed, poisoned, or stunned.
If you had held off on something like that, yeah, that would really, really bad. Asher, it's your turn. Movement and action.
Just hauling ass away from this thing that's murdering my friends.
You're gaining distance. So what I would like to have happen is, Asher, this is really you, unless either Trixie or Tanzanite can think of something to aid in this escape. But Asher, you've got a destination in mind. You're going for the bog hag's place. Based on the fear situation, you could be trying to do this and trying to sneak away so you are unseen where you arrive, or you could just be mad dashing there. It's really up to you. You just let me know what you're doing, and I just will use that to have you roll some checks versus the dragon.
I think I'm just
It's going to
mad
be
dashing.
a series of 3 things.
I don't
So
think
you're
there's
mad
tactical
dashing.
thinking. Yeah.
Okay, you're mad dashing. Tanzanite and or Trixie, do you have anything that you're trying to do in support of this? Like, this is all assisting
Yes.
type stuff, or things to enhance the situation, whatever it is. So go ahead and share it if you're doing anything in that zone. I'll allow one of them per round of this type of thing. So Trixie, you might be next on that.
I'm going to, I don't know quite how big the rock actually is, but I'm going to cast Silent Image of us flying in another direction.
Awesome. So I would like Asher as the rock to roll deception with advantage.
I don't know how to do that when I don't have like the. Do I just use the charisma modifier or what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not skilled in it, but you just use the charisma modifier.
Watch
This might
him
be the
roll
first
high.
time
Watch
he's
him roll high.
11.
No. Oh.
11.
Even with advantage? Jesus.
Oh. Well, it doesn't matter because guess who rolled a crappy roll on its perception check?
Stupid.
The fire in his eyes is brighter than his actual ability to see in this moment. And that what is the perception? Oh, never mind. It sees. It totally knows. It's following you. Didn't realize its perception was that high. So it seems to be tracking, and Tanzanite, you see that silent image is going off in one direction, but you can see that it's still tracking you all. Now, in the second check, it could be either Trixie or Tanzanite. I think feel like fair, Trixie, to assist Asher in whatever's going on. But Asher, you're still pelting for the distance. You see a second version of yourself going off in one direction, but you're focused on your flight and you're still pelting, or are you doing something else? You're gaining distance no matter what.
Yeah.
You're totally gaining distance. This is
I
just
mean, if
whether
it's
or not.
still like in range when we get to the bog egg, I'm going to keep going. So
Okay.
I'm just going to try to put distance between us.
Trixie, what are you doing anything to try to assist in this endeavors of whatever sort?
I'm just also going to pat him and go, keep up the good work. And it's gonna be 16 points. Rolled an 8.
Oh, health.
16 points of health.
All right. So Asher, I just need you to roll a getting out of here roll. So I would like you to roll a dexterity check. Just a
3. God.
It's a rough day.
Roll
so
electronically. I'm curious.
You do a barrel roll. And you realize that that's not a successful mode as your stomach lurches to the wrong side of your body and your two passengers kind of screech for a moment.
I'm gonna throw up.
But you are still gaining distance. You are now almost 500 feet away from this red dragon. That was the second check. It was a failed check. The other one was a failed check. Last check. Go ahead and are you still pelting away? Or are you trying to do anything special, Asher?
Just pelting away. Am I
Okay,
rolling for my fear now? Hang on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Roll twice for your fear because you missed the last time too.
Is anybody looking at D&D Beyond? Digital dice says Nat 1.
Oh my god.
I literally just saw that. Oh,
What
my
a day.
gosh.
What a day. Asher.
Digital dice are in jail. 15 on the second one. I literally have to nat 20 to get out of this, don't I? I'm pretty sure.
No, you just have to get. I'll tell you. I feel like this is like now it's more fun to tell you. The wisdom saving throw is just 21.
For whom?
I don't have a bonus as the rock, so it literally has to be a nat 20 for me to get out of this.
Oh, yeah, it'll have to be a nat 20, I guess.
Actually,
wow.
Asher doesn't have a wisdom bonus either, so I'm
go
just
ahead
afraid
and take
for the
a
rest of my
D4.
life.
Roll a D4. You said 17.
15. So
Never mind then. Tanzanite, are you doing anything to support, or Trixie, are you doing anything to support Asher in this last mad dash?
Yes, I am. I don't know how useful it will be because part of us will still hopefully still be seen, but I'm going to tap on his leg. And where did it go?
and say roll better.
I'm going to cast invisibility on the rock.
Cool. Asher, I need you to roll stealth with advantage.
Maybe we're small enough that dragon can't
it would
see
be
us.
it would be your dex modifier.
I don't have a dex modifier. Rocks don't have any modifiers except for strength. 19. It's not enough, is it?
You go invisible. And in the distance behind you, you make out the vague shape of the dragon coursing back and forth as it tries to figure out where you're at. And here in this moment, you have an opportunity to try to slip away, and right in front of you, you can make out the bog hut where a fox-like creature had entertained you and offered you treats, which you had enjoyed. What do you do?
You know, that place feels like such home to me that I'm going to change directions and go somewhere else because I wouldn't want to bring this dragon down upon it.
Okay.
Oh, snap.
You
Like, would you bring a red dragon chasing you onto your mom's house? No.
No.
Okay, so I just need you to roll another stealth check as you fly in a different direction with advantage because you are invisible.
Fucking Christ, a 5. Nat
With
1 and a
advantage
5.
is a 5? Oh, damn. Well, it just rolled a nat 1, so it's going to continue coursing back and forth looking for you. And that's 2 successes, 2 failures. This is the last one. Failure or success in this moment. What are you all doing trying to escape or evade the red dragon's hunt for you? Are you continuing more of the same, which means the DC is going to get a little bit more tricky? But it's been close calls with the stealth. But is there anything you're doing to try to evade this red dragon that's coursing around trying to catch sight of you all?
Yeah. Yes?
What are you trying to do?
I'm going to do
Oh shit.
another silent image of us popping up and going, oh no, and flying another direction.
Okay. Trixie, what was that? Oh no.
I have evasion.
You have evasion. How does that apply?
Yeah,
What is
no.
going
I
on?
just for the earlier rolls against the fire damage, if I succeeded, I didn't take any damage, and if I failed, I still only took half. I knew there was
I remember
something.
that.
I knew there was something, and I couldn't figure out what it
we'll
was.
check into it after the
It's
session.
fine. It's
'cause
not a
we're
big
almost
deal.
there just to see
It's
what
just-
might do or not do.
When it's
But,
a dex saving throw, yeah.
Um,
Son of a bitch.
I would like, because now at this point you're invisible, Asher. You're not the person who's responsible or the creature that's responsible for this. Tanzanite, you're responsible for this.
Okay.
I need you to roll a performance check
Performance. Okay.
against this creature's insight check. Now, I will say this just for everybody to be aware. Its perception was ridiculous. It had a plus 16 to perception. I basically had to roll a nat 1 for you not to get caught. It does not have a super wonderful insight. It's not bad. It's an ancient dragon, but it's not as wonderful as everything else is. It's only a plus 9. So whatever I roll versus your performance. So I need to you tell me what your performance check is, and then I'll roll it, and we'll roll it as a death moment of like, are you going to be stuck in battle when we return next week?
Okay.
You can guidance yourself.
She cast a spell.
Oh.
Okay. I add nothing to this, but 18?
Okay, so with a plus 9, the dragon has to roll a 8 or less to fail.
He'll get a 3. I know it.
I
Put
really
it out in
wish
the
you
universe.
were here to watch this. It rolled a 7. So you're successful. And invisible flying rock peeling away from the bog hag's home in a different direction with 2 tiny small specks on its legs. Off in the distance sees the red dragon frustrated roar and give up on its search and fly east towards the mountains. And that's where we'll end today's session.
Jesus. Swear, Joseph.
We tried. We
You-
tried.
I mean, it was pretty awesome. I think you all did really well. There were some rough rolls, but like I honestly thought if you had gotten in close with the dragon, you would have been toast. So this was pretty awesome. Like, you know,
I don't
you
know.
only took off a few hit points of its overall hit points, not even a percentage, really.
You're
With the
muted.
hit.
You're muted.
He
If
doesn't
I hadn't
want to
been
talk.
feared the whole time, I was going to grapple it and dunk it in the water. So I don't know.
Might have been
I think we had a shot. If that fucking dragon fear every time,
Mhm.
I need to like find a way for Asher to become immune to fear because I don't know what else to do. Like it just cripples me every time.
All right. So we will resume next week. It was wonderful to play with you all. I liked having a little bit of an encounter to do that was like kind of fun and funky and different. You've made me work with chase scene mechanics, which was really fun. That's good for me as a GM. And yeah, wish you all the best, the very best.
Thank you for tuning in. Like, subscribe. Yes, Jess. Oh, you're just waiting?
Yeah.
Just waiting.
What are we
Okay.
waiting for?
See you next week.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.